everybody, it's Morphe here. Welcome back to my channel. And as you guys know, New York's Fashion Week Fall 2018 has just ended. I saw so many beautiful looks. One of the ones that really stuck out to me was how many brown smoky looks I saw. So pretty much I did my spin on that. So if you like this look, stay tuned. Alright everybody, so let's get started. Again, we want to start with priming our eyes with some eye primer. I grabbed the Urban Decay Original Primer, one of my favorites, so just take some on both eyelids and rub it in. My eye primer is all rubbed in. I did put some clips in my hair again to get the hair out of my face. Next, before we even start with any colors, anything like that, I'm taking some translucent powder. I just grabbed the Peach Perfect new Too Faced one, and I'm just gonna put some under my eye to help any fallout, and then after we can just brush it away. So the brush that I'm going to use to put that translucent powder is the Morphe M459 brush. You see how it's got a nice flat kind of top, so just go ahead and take that brush, dip some into the powder, and wherever you want that to be outlined, you kind of go and just press it in. To be honest, I haven't used this powder for this reason yet, so we'll see how it goes. But I like the powder so far, so let's see how it works for this. So don't worry, we're gonna brush that away after. So as I said before, I'm so excited to use the Morphe 25A palette, which is a copper spice one. So again, that's this guy right here. I'm really excited. The only thing is that, again, there's no mirror. So I am going to be using my Moondust palette. So if you guys see this a lot and be like, she hasn't mentioned Moondust once, it's only because I need a mirror. Like, I need a mirror to do my eyeshadow. I don't have the smaller ones, and if I do, I actually will gravitate towards just grabbing a nice palette mirror, and it works fine. Another thing about the Morphe palette is, if you notice that here's eyeshadows, right? Here's a little slip with the names on it. So if it takes me a second to get the name, it's because I'm placing this back over and getting the name down. I haven't memorized them yet. I'm sure I will soon, but I do love this palette. And since we are doing that brown smoky look at this palette. It is perfect for that. So let's jump into it. So the first color I'm gonna go ahead and grab is Overcast. It's the first shadow right in the top left-hand corner. And I'm just gonna go ahead, dip my brush into that. The brush that I am using for this is the MAC 217 brush. I love this brush. You guys will see me use it again. It just blends the colors into the crease perfectly. So I'm taking that Overcast color and putting it into my crease and kind of on my lower lid, so just kind of brushing it all over. It's a very light neutral color. It's pretty close to your lid color, so just kind of brush that on. Very easy. Then to just build some color on top of that, we're gonna go in layer with layered. That is this color right here. Just a little bit darker. Again, we're not jumping into the darker colors right away. There's so many colors in this palette, and you can really utilize more than just a couple by building them up and really building up that crease and giving it definition. So pop some layer on top. We are going to continue to build on top of that crease. Again, we are really focusing just right in there because as you guys saw, this part and this part is very dark with the glitter more in between. So to really kind of smooth it all up and give it that look, we're gonna go and jump into Lit, which is this one right over here. It's a nice brown. So just kind of lightly tap into that. Again, I'm using the MAC 217 brush. I haven't switched it yet. And just again, lightly, all the way from the end to the front, just buff that into the crease. So see, it's just gradually we're building up that color. We are going to continue to build onto that, which is tan lines right over next to Lit. Again, dip into that. You guys will see that they're all just similar brown shades, but that's what we want. We want to blend all these colors in together so it looks nice and smooth. And then we are gonna go back to this at the end as well, once we get our main lid colors on and some glitter and all that fun stuff, just to make sure everything is nice and smooth. So this is fine for a nice natural look. We're gonna go and jump into really creating that depth for the inner and outer corner of the look. Okay, so to create that depth right in the corner and right on the outside, I like to use a cream base to really make the shadow stick. We have all of the really pretty colors We have all the really pretty colors in the palette, but to really give it that pop in that depth of brown, you can use any type of cream brown. You can use a cream brown liner, some gel, liquid, anything to kind of just make it stick more and give it that pop. So I went ahead and grabbed the Urban Decay liner in Whiskey. It's a nice solid brown. Let me swatch it on my hand so you guys can see. It's a nice solid brown, so really popping that in right here and on the outside, it's going to blend really easily, and then blending the colors on top with the eyeshadow will just give it a pop, but then not dry out so quickly, so we're really frantically trying to blend it in and it doesn't work. With the Whiskey liner, we're gonna start from the inner corner, go about a third in, leave a third blank. You can even leave a little extra blank because you can always go in and smudge it, and then color in some more brown right over there. So start from here, and it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna smudge it in, but do you see how creamy these liners are? They're just gonna blend so well, but they are waterproof. They do stay on a long time, which is what I like about them. So once we blend them in, they're set. So I'm gonna go ahead, and as you guys see, it's about right. So do that much, leave a third blank. You can even draw a line so you remember, and then fill the rest in. So next, I'm gonna go and grab a nice smudge brush. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a nice smudge brush. This is the Sonia Kashuk. It's number 31. It's just a nice kind of dome tip, if you guys can see, just to really get in there, smooth it, and blend it without making the color travel up too high. So see, I'm just kind of working it in, kind of just blending it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. Now that both of our liners kind of smudged from the inner and the outer corner, we're gonna go and pop some shadow on top of each section and really kind of blend that in. So I'm gonna take my same MAC 217 brush and dip into a browner shade, pop it in there, and kind of blend. For the first color that I want to pop on top of that brown, I'm jumping into Oasis. That's this one right over here. It's brown with speckles of gold in it, so it's a really nice soft color. We'll buff that in, and then we'll go ahead and do something a little bit more darker. So just kind of go ahead, tap into Oasis. You know, this is really big, guys, for no mirror. I understand the palettes are really cheap, and that's why I love them, but they're so big. It would be such a nice mirror to use. Okay. Going back to the eyeshadow look. Taking that Oasis, popping it to the inner corner, and just kind of circling it right there. Just kind of buffing that color kind of into place, because we don't really want the brown obviously in the middle. That's why we left it blank. We really just kind of want to keep it right in the front. So you see it's already kind of blending in. Go ahead and do that with this side as well. Dip into Oasis, tap off that brush, push kind of right here. I'm kind of patting the color on, and just kind of doing circular motions and buffing that color right into the outer corner, like that 1/3 area that we put that liner on. As you push the product and you go in circular motions, you'll notice you're kind of pushing already into your crease. So you can really just kind of continue to blend and then move upwards just a tiny bit to get into the crease, but we're not focusing on the crease right now. We are really just kind of staying on that lid. So now it's starting to look a little bit smoother. We'll go ahead and do Oasis on the other side. Now it's a nice chocolatey brown. We want to go ahead and deepen it up more. I'm going to go ahead and grab, which one is it? Radar. So that is just a little bit darker than Oasis. I'm just going to go 2 over, dip into Radar. That's more of a matte color, whereas Oasis had a little bit of that gold kind of speckle into it. We're gonna pack this right on top of Oasis. So in the inner corner, I'm gonna push that color and start deepening it up, and then also in the outer corner. Now this is a really pretty brown, but I still want to deepen it up even more. I'm doing a really nice dark brown smoky look. So we're going to jump into a little bit of Destination. So that is this dark color right in the corner, right here, right next to the black. So that one right there. And take a little bit of that, tap a little bit, tap into your brush, and just lightly place first a little bit right there, a little bit on the other side, and then blend in. We don't need as much product of this color because we don't want it to be so dark where it starts barely looking brown and going more gray or black. So just a little bit and blending that in. Once you have your brown placed on each side, you'll notice that it's still not as smooth. So you can go ahead and kind of wipe that MAC 217 brush clean, or use another one if you have one. I have at least 3. I really like this brush. Go ahead and we're just gonna kind of smooth it all together with the lighter color, which was, where did it go? Lit. So remember, Lit was that lighter brown. Take a little bit of that and just start from the outer and just slowly move towards the inner and just kind of make it smooth. Once you blend Lit, take a little bit of tan lines, and is it called tan lines? It is called tan lines. Take a little bit of that and also just kind of blend that into the crease, and you can even go a little bit higher just so it looks nice and smooth. And if you go too high, it's okay, because you can always bring that color under your eyebrow that we're gonna put right there a little bit lower. This is where it gets exciting for me, because I'm about to put on some glitter. Now it's time to fill in kind of this space right over there. Just like I use a whiskey liner to deepen it up and make the eyeshadow stick, I want to do the same thing in the middle. So I grabbed the Julep Cream to Powder eyeshadow stick. So the color is, it just says Eyeshadow 101. So I guess the color is Eyeshadow 101. One side it has the product, on the other side it has a little smudgy thing you can use. I usually don't use those, but so this is the color. It's kind of a nice champagne golden type of color. It doesn't have to be this. You can use anything, any cream shadow that you have that has a little nice kind of gold base to it. I'm just gonna go and place the eyeshadow stick right in between that. I'm not using a lot, but I'm just gonna kind of bring it towards my crease. Just a little bit, just like that. That's enough. Other side. So that looks good, just a little bit of that. And that's gonna help grasp the eyeshadow better. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put some glitter glue on top of that. But before I go and do that, I'm going to use Polished in the Morphe palette. Polished is this guy right here. So it's a really pretty coppery bronze color. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my handy dandy Morphe M167 brush. Again, it's a nice flat top brush, so you can take that shadow, kind of pack it on there, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and use the same brush for the glitter that we're gonna use to put on top. So go ahead and dip into Polish with my brush. So I'm just getting a little bit on here, just like that. Tap off the extra, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place it right on top of that cream shadow in the middle. Oh, look how pretty that is. I love it. So again, I'm not rubbing it side to side. I'm just kind of pressing it on there. And it doesn't have to be perfect right now, because we're gonna go ahead and blend around it as well. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. This is really pretty. I haven't used a Morphe shadow over the Julep eyeshadow stick, but I really like it. It gives it a nice pop of color and sticks well to it. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take some glitter primer. This is just the NYX one. It works really well. I'm gonna take a little bit on my finger and just press that right onto where that kind of copper color is, and then pack some glitter on top of that. So I'm gonna do one eye at a time, because I don't want the glitter glue to dry. So I'm just gonna take a little bit. I want it pretty much as damp as possible, so the glitter just doesn't go anywhere, fall out of place. So I'm taking just a little bit on my finger and just lightly putting that right on that copper color. So for the glitter, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't make up my mind with what NYX glitter I wanted to use. They came out these new, I think that they're newer, the metallic glitter ones. They're more metallic. It says metallic in fine print instead of it just saying glitter. So I was choosing between this one, which is the number 1 out of those, and then I was also choosing between number 4. This one is a little bit more bronzy, and then this one is a little bit more brown gunmetal-y, if that makes any sense. And then of course I grabbed the gold one anyways, which is number 5, because I love gold, and gold goes so well with bronze colors and a smoky brown look, so of course I grabbed that. So pretty much with these 3 glitters, I'm just gonna kind of mix number 4 and number 1 together, which were pretty much the more brown ones, not the gold ones. I'm just gonna go ahead, open the cap, and just kind of throw some in here like this, and take the other one and also mix it into the first one I did, like this. So I have both of the colors in here. I didn't put the gold one in because I think if I want to add some more, I can put a little bit of gold in there, like right on top. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this and just kind of mix those glitter colors together a little bit by patting it. Pat it on my Morphe 167 brush. Sorry, I was trying to read the name of it, which is the same brush that we use for that copper color. And I'm just gonna take that glitter, so you see I have it on here, and I'm just gonna pack it right on top. Oh my god, that's the eye without the eye primer. Don't do that. I'm gonna go ahead, get some more glitter on there since I put it on the wrong eye. We'll just go ahead and put some more NYX glue on top of that. It's actually sticking pretty well, so if you guys don't have it and you're like, oh my god, I can't do this look, apparently you can. So I'm gonna take that and pack that on that NYX glitter. So look at that, it actually stuck more on the glitter glue obviously than the other one, so you can see, I guess, the difference. And I'm just kind of packing that all on there. Ooh, that's so pretty. And then even though I accidentally went ahead and put some on there with the brush, I'm not even gonna wipe that away. I'm just gonna take some more of that glitter glue. Just kind of reinforce it by putting it on top of that. Actually took most of the glitter off, and then jump into that Morphe brush into the glitter again and pack it on there. I love the way this looks. I'm not even gonna go and add any more of the glitter that's gold, which I really thought I was going to. This is really pretty, so sorry gold next time, but I like the way this looks. It looks really soft and nice, but feel free to add some gold if you want to. But now that we have the glitter kind of there and it looks really pretty, we just kind of want to make sure everything is blended and nice and soft again. So first we're just gonna go ahead and reinforce those dark colors just in case any glitter got on it, or we just want to kind of make it a little bit more darker. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into, what was it called? Destination, which is, again, that dark one right over there. Take a little bit of that. Again, I take a little bit, tap it on both sides first, and then just kind of buff that in circles and just kind of press that pigment in there. We're gonna dip into a lighter color. So Lit, right over there. I don't know why I just did it this way. Sorry guys. So Lit, which is that one again. Take a little bit of that and we're gonna kind of just smooth it right into the crease and above. If you already see, there's already that smoothness there. It doesn't look too harsh, but we wanna make sure that there's no harsh lines whatsoever. So we're just gonna take Lit lightly into the crease and move it up above just a little bit so everything looks nice and smooth. And you see I'm not going into the glitter yet because I don't want that glitter to move and be all over my lid, because then that defeats the purpose of this look. And just kind of push it up on the inner corner as well. And then if you kind of can close your eye, you can see that the glitter is right there. And take that brush with Lit on it and right over it you can go. You don't want to go into the glitter because you'll move the glitter, but right over it. This glitter is so pretty. I'm in love with it. I'm glad I got these new metallic ones. I was like, do I really need these? Because I have the old glitter ones. And I was like, you know what? Yes, I do. And they're similar. I feel like these are just a little bit more fine, but they pack on really, really nice. So I like them. This is a nice brown look, but again, I want to make it a little bit darker by putting some black in my waterline. So I'm grabbing the Urban Decay Perversion liner. And Perversion is their black color, and this is just going to really deepen up my waterline. So, and you can also use a dark brown if you don't want to use black. I just like to make it as intense as I can. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of put that Perversion in the waterline. So I like to get my upper lash line as well. So I'll actually just kind of close my eyes, which I know is weird to a lot of people, but it just gets it done so much quicker when I get both sides. And I don't have to clean it up underneath yet. I know I got a little bit extra, but that's okay. It's just because Perversion is so thick and creamy. I'm gonna go ahead and jump back into that whiskey liner that we first used for that kind of base front and outer corner color. And I'm gonna put that starting on the outer corner up to the inner corner. I'm just gonna line it on my lash line. So you're pushing it kind of in with the Perversion, so it's gonna be really nice and smoky and dark. Once you do that, I'm gonna grab a flat brush, Once you do that, I'm gonna grab this nice flat brush. It's the Morphe M432 brush. It has a nice straight edge, and I'm gonna dip it into some brown and pack it on. Since it's so black, I'm gonna jump into Radar. So that's that brown right there. Just pack my brush into it, tap off the extra, and just kind of place it on that lash line underneath, all the way over. And then you can kind of smudge it softly side to side. So it just kind of looks nice and smooth and blended. So let's do that to the other side. This is so pretty, oh my God. So next I just grabbed a random 168 SE MAC brush. It was from a little kit, so that's a little travel size. But it's a nice fluffy brush. I just want to kind of dust away. I'm kind of flicking away any glitter that landed underneath. And then also kind of brushing away that finishing powder. Next, I want to go ahead and take a liquid liner and just kind of do a nice line right across. You can go ahead and do a wing here. I like the focus to be kind of on the glitter right in the middle, so I'm not going to do that wing today. So I just grabbed the Perversion Fine Point Liner. I like it a lot. I'm just going to go ahead and smooth that right across. I just start in the middle, just in case it goes too thick. You don't want that in the beginning. And then go to the front. It's looking so nice, but it doesn't matter if my brows aren't done. So let's work on that next. Grabbing an angled brush. This is just the NARS one. You can grab any angled brush. And I am using the Armani Eye and Brow Maestro. So that's this guy right here. The color is number 2, Wengewood. It's Wengewood. I was definitely gonna say Wengewood, which sounds weird. So Wengewood is a kind of a dark brown. It's a little bit more ashy. So I'm just gonna go and make sure my brows are combed. I'm just using this Sonia Kosciuk brush. Ow. I got my brows done today and I got picked at a little bit when she was tweezing, but it's fine. We'll cover that up. So I'm just gonna go ahead, take some of this pomade, work it into my brush, and then work it into the cap to kind of warm it up. So I'm gonna grab this, and since I already have my shape, I'm gonna start in the middle and bring it towards the arch, and then work downwards. So I'm gonna do the same thing, go right underneath, and just soft strokes and just kind of smooth and connect it over. I really like this pomade. I know a lot of people use Dip Brow. I use Dip Brow. My past videos I've used Dip Brow, but the thing about this one is that it's not as harsh. Like Dip Brow's like brows. And this is too, and you're already seeing it creates a really soft, nice brow. So it's just a little bit more natural. So just kind of work that towards the end. This brow actually looks shorter to me right now than this brow, so I'm just gonna extend it a little bit. And then bring it towards the front, and then comb it through. So let's go ahead and do the other side. So now that our brows are looking great, we still want to go back and shape them underneath to give it a nice crisp look. So in my past videos, I've used the M432 brush to really kind of go under and sharpen it up. We already used this brush for underneath, kind of blending out the darkness and smoking it out. So you can go ahead and clean that brush, or I just have this random Urban Decay brush. It's so old that the name is wiped off, but if you look closely, it's a nice kind of dome. Also has like a flat tip, so you can kind of go and just also line it underneath the brow and then blend it downwards. So you're fine using any brush like that. I'm using Shape Tape in light medium, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of put some on the back of my hand right there, dip my brush onto my hand, the product onto my hand, and start with underneath that eyebrow. And I want to make sure it's not too thick. You don't want it to go too low, and just kind of trace underneath. It's covering up. Look at that. It covered up those little red marks I had. So nice. And then blend downwards. Once we sharpen underneath our eyebrows, we can go ahead if we want to and do a thin layer right up on top. Since that concealer was brighter right under here, we're going to go back with the MAC 217 brush. With that brush, we're going to go ahead and dip into Overcast, which is that first light color, and just kind of pop it on top in the middle of the eyebrow and just kind of blend it. So it just kind of neutralizes that entire eye look, and the concealer doesn't stay looking so light. So it just kind of softens it up a little bit. And you see I'm even raising my eyebrow, making sure I don't go too close so it hits the glitter. We're almost done. We just have to put some lashes on. I'm gonna go ahead and use the EyeLure Definition 128 ones. These guys are so pretty. They're nice and they don't feel too heavy, but they really give that extra volume, which is what I want to create with this look. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of run some mascara through my lashes. I'm using the Grandiose one. It's an okay mascara. It's perfectly fine underneath my lashes. I don't always necessarily grab it, but it does keep my curl up, so it's perfect for a nice mascara underneath the lashes. So I'm gonna go put those lashes on. My look is now complete with my lashes on. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to comment down below. I really wanna know if you guys followed Fashion Week, what stuck out for you? I love the brown smoky look, but would love to hear from you again. Thank you so much and I'll see you next time.